I hope things are working out and looking up still, and you can at least find some silver lining in the midst of all the darkness out there. But if you're tired, if you think that it's too dark and things are bad, and you would like a better situation, and that's smart, by the way, but you need to make smart choices to bring about smart eventualities. And so to make that happen, go out there election days later in February and March to go cast your votes. Remember, 2023 is the year of voting wisely. You vote for rice, you vote for oil and seasoning cubes. Make sure that rice is enough to feed you and your family for the next 4 years or even longer. All right? Be smart. Welcome again. From now till 7, discussions are on. Welcome to join in, if you will. We're live on facebook.com/Nigeria Info PH. We're live on Twitter as well at Nigeria Info PH. And the number to call at the right time, 0700 923 0923. That's the number to call. Yeah. Let's see. And by the way, speaking of our social media pages, you can watch live, listen live. You can join the conversation. You can keep the conversation going after the conversation has ended on radio. You can catch up what you may have missed on any show at any time, much later on when you have some time on your hands. It's a brilliant place to be, actually. Remember to follow and like these pages as appropriate as well. All right, so a quick preview of what to expect on today's edition of the show. As you very well may already expect, there will be some side comments today. Random stories, random thoughts of mine on these stories, and not to be discussed now. Much later on, though, after the 6 p.m. major news during the segment known as Open Season, I'll take your thoughts on my side comment and all the other matters discussed on the show. Now, I've got a rant coming up right after today's side comment, as you very well may expect also. So my thoughts on some major issue, and I'd like to get your take on mine till 4 p.m. Now, we got business news coming up. Yes, we do. We got business news at 4 o'clock, and let's see what's up after that. Let's see what is up after that. Oh yeah, who is really encroaching on land? Who is the real encroacher? If I may use that expression, who's the real encroacher here? Well, here is some news item or some item from off our bulletin earlier on today. Leadership of Rumaolo community in Obiakpo local government area has accused the Ikore Council chairman Samuel Wanosike of creating tension in the area. A chief in Rumaolo community, Chinedu Amadin, who spoke to journalist in Port Harcourt, alleged that the Ikore Council chairman Samuel Wanosike is encroaching on the community's land called Mineba and attempting to create a parallel CDC and dividing the Rumaolo traditional institution. Let's take a listen to what this the chief Chinedu Amadi had to say regarding the allegation.
We on our own find out that Ikore local government chairman, which is Wanosike, he is being so biased on this matter. We even have it that he bought part of our land. That is one of the reasons his vested interest in the land. He is trying to create communal war by trying to flag illegitimate person to challenge our paramount ruler, Ezebekule Wele, who is the Royal Highness and paramount ruler of Romaholo.
Amadi called on the Rivers State government to wade into the matter in order to avert a breakdown of law and order in Rumaolo community. Now, on the spot, Osman commander in Rumaolo, Prince Amadi, insisted the community has a subsisting Supreme Court judgment of 1961 proving its ownership of the land.
We have a Supreme Court judgment outstanding. So him as a local government chairman in Ikore local government calling on us for discussion with Rumekini, hello, I see it as uncalled for. I'm using this medium to call on the governor of Rivers State, Chief Barrister Zebunwenye Sowike, CON, to call Samuel Wanosike to order. It shouldn't be dumping into chieftaincy matter in Romaholo. He's not a member of Romaholo community. Neither is he having any land at Mba. He shouldn't use political to intimidate people in Romaholo community.
The chief of the community is Samuel K-Canwell in Yego. It's not true. So it's in the state liberal and dealers court and break the land without the concept of community and dispute.
Mike and the former chairman who stopped that we don't need them. If they should continue, we're ready to arrest them and send to prison.
Also speaking, the indigenous community, Dr. Okanchi Odus had Wanosike had no interest in the said land. He said it's happening that Okachiko man will invade a city that does not belong to his cause is.
Shed blood. Everywhere along have shed blood over land matter. We don't have any reason to shed blood. And that was what the chairman of the local government saw. And waded in and brought the two parties to a roundtable discussion wherein an order was given. The both parties agreed. Everybody go home. Don't do anything on the land. Allow us to meet. After the people will come back here and embrace ourselves. But we agreed. Both communities agreed. But unfortunately, the former citizen Paolo, and the so-called Mike entered the land, invaded the land, bulldozed the land.
All right, there you have it. Like I said, who is doing the actual, or who is actually encroaching here? We'll take a look at this in the 4 o'clock hour. I'll be speaking with session after the business news. Until 1:05, the updates up at 5. I looked out throughout the entire world. We can't in a hurry what COVID-19 did, hold literally. However, what concern we have COVID-19 or is there a reason to have concerns? The federal government says all travelers arriving in Nigeria must now provide evidence COVID vaccination. Director of World Health Services positive entry following the reported surge in case of COVID in countries like China. And as you can see, another possible wave of COVID-19 incidents. We look at that if I'm joined by Dr. Ntinti, physician. He'll be with me on the show at that time. Taking us out till 6:30 the major is up during the open scene segment. It's about we call it for the time, bringing you all the action from the world of sports with the healthy of the Arsons as well. That's it for the show. Stick around. Again, going out with today's side comments, random stories that caught my attention as I checked out on today's of the 18 governorship candidates in Rivers State have been selected for the Rivers State governorship debate scheduled to hold 1st February. It followed a poll conducted by media partners of the Rivers debate group. And speaking during a visit to the Accord governorship candidate, Dumondulu Briggs, one of the selected candidates, chairman of the debate group, they'll also reach out to other selected candidates. Bob Mendel had to say on this development. Oh, do I have that? I suppose I do, and here we go.
Yeah, the visit today is basically to the leading candidates that were picked out of the pool. The guys will continue the party and the SD today.
I've every electoral circle. I've turned up and I've done something. Actually, the debate was all the leading contenders. I hope that we're able to give us that against time. We are all the leading contenders, all the five, where we just have to have a proper assessment. So the person, the man or woman who will be the next governor, your platform is the middle platform, the middle assessment.
Rivers State Group has watched of the Labour Party to select 5 states take part in the upcoming Rivers governorship debate. Now, speaking via one of its partners, Peter Mazi of Social Action, the group explained the victory to both the Labour. Oh my goodness. Pardon me. The victory was concluded based on a group mandate to ensure inclusivity.
Now, so also in Millennium Goal, which is what agreed to include which is gender and also people living with disability. Incidentally, we don't have anybody representing the PLWD group, but we have somebody representing the female group, and that is the Labour Party candidate. Now, so she was selected on that basis, not because we want to create a bias.
The latest updates, current issues, and lots more.
Hard Facts with Dio.
And welcome back to Hard Facts to Nigeria Info. I'm Dio, and still with today's side comment. Once again, the Rivers governorship debate seems like we're all set to go. February 1 is the date. Mark it down your calendars. The 5 candidates are candidates of the Accord, Labour Party, SDP, PDP, and APC. Yeah. And they all have to come, by the way. They must be there. They have to be there because they need to tell the people what their plans are. And there's nothing like it doesn't like we have the idea, but communicating it is the problem. The idea is there. It's just that everybody cannot speak good English, The idea, the man has the idea. It's just not everybody wants to talk. No, you have to talk. It's important that but part of the job description, by the way, is talking. You must talk. you have to talk to the people. So I don't know what the excuse would be for not being there, but you have to be there though. And Rivers persons or Rivers residents have a right to listen to you. You have a responsibility to express, or to provide answers to salient questions that they might have regarding what their plans are, as far as their aspirations are concerned. So looking forward to that one. And it's very important you pay close attention to what all the candidates will have to say on that day. Oh, let's see. Anything else catch my attention as I checked out the news today? Let's take a quick look at that. Was there anything else? Okay, I'm not sure there was anything else in particular. Well, the news is awash with, political matters these days. Once again, no surprises there. Different groups and people thanking this person, appreciating this other person, and expressing their loyalty for that other person also. It's interesting times. No surprises once again. These aren't to be expected. And politicians, once again, it's election time, will... they can't help themselves. They will throw shade. They will throw attacks at each other. Verbal insults, allegations, sometimes even unfounded. Just imagine they're going to do all of that. But beyond all the chaos that's out there now, and the chaos will get even bigger as the elections draw nearer. Try to see beyond the shenanigans. Try to hear above the cacophony, trying to make out some sense from all the, from all that's playing out. Some of it nonsense that's about that, and make a wise choice. Come February and March, in a couple of weeks, by the way, in a few weeks' time. So I think that's going to be for today's Sci Comments. I think that's it for today's Sci Comments. Before I go, what do you think are some of the possible excuses for any of the candidates who doesn't want to come for the debate? What are some of the excuses you think they might put up? And is there any excuse that will be acceptable by residents of River State? Send me a message right now via WhatsApp on 0809 0306416. That's 0809 0306416. What are some of the possible excuses? I don't know that any candidate would not show up. I'm saying if it were to happen, any of the 5 candidates invited do not show up or do not intend to show up, could there be a plausible excuse or reason? Do you think there's a valid reason for any of the candidates not showing up for the River State governorship debate? What could that reason be? In your estimation, do I have the time for that? Can I? Don't have time. Maybe I can take a call for this, because this might be a bit lengthy for you to type. So call 0700 923 0923 before I move on. That's 0700 923 0923, or send me a WhatsApp message. I've got a message here already. One will not come, even if he wants to. He has to obtain permission from his lord, but I'm sure he will not dare, else he will be intellectually embarrassed. This is a matter of going to campaign ground to shout consolidation, consolidation, and consolidation. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Let's see. Hello, Hot Factor, welcome. Oops. Once again, 0700 923 0923. Well, I think the PDP candidate won't show up, but will send his deputy instead. That's Patrick. Oh, okay. This is one excuse here. I'll come to that shortly. Hello, you're welcome. Hello. No one came to see me. No, that can be a tenable excuse, because I think Some of the organizers, the Rivers Debate Group, are seeing everybody. Everybody will be seen. Hello, you're welcome.
Dayo.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
All right, go ahead. Yes.
The possible excuse that there will be a rally the same day with the debate.
Oh, yes, there'll be a rally on the same day. Yeah. There's a rally on the same day. There's a rally on the same day, and the candidate of our party, this is election period. We have already earmarked and we have a timetable for our party activities. And people just came and said that, and by the way, our candidate has not violated any law. There's nothing in the Nigerian constitution as amended that says the candidate must go for debate. We have a responsibility to our people and our supporters and are expecting us. I fix debate on the same day as our rally. Hello, Hot to welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Dayo.
All right, go ahead.
Another excuse you will say is the time frame for the invitation was too close. So
Mm.
I'm not prepared for the debate.
Yes. The time frame was too close. Yeah, that's another one, I suppose. You see, this thing is called time management. Time management. The time frame was just too. Look at it. Yusuf, look at. You will agree with us that the time frame given was just too short. Hello, you're welcome.
Hello, Dayo.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, I would suggest any of the aspirants that do not turn up for this debate should not be voted for. And at the same time, I think. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
I said any of the aspirants that do not show up should not be voted for. Then those organizers of this debate should have included all and sundry. Everybody there.
No, we're past that now, and let's not delve into a matter I did not raise. But good to hear from you, though. Thanks for calling in as well. Another excuse here: our candidate did not sleep the night before. He was meeting with grassroots. He was meeting with grassroots. Then we hear something like, due to our candidate's tight schedule, he was unable to come. But next time he will be there. That's a Mecca who said that. Yeah. Let's see. Melody goes, enemies of the state are organizing the debate. All right. He's having running stomach, so he sent his deputy. That's Theo from Uoji. Okay. Not everyone listens to radio or watches TV. Is that an excuse as well? All right. A candidate cannot come because it coincides with an earlier scheduled program. Yeah. The candidate will say the debate is skewed against him. All right. I'm suspecting one of the candidates will not turn up but send his deputy because she's a professor. His principal won't allow him to turn up. All right. Unavoidable circumstances beyond our control, other engagements. That's what we are going to hear. That's from Dave. Okay, Dave. Another excuse will be that our candidate is going for a groundbreaking flag off in Chokocho in consolidation of Mr. Project. That's Sir Patrick. Good afternoon. Let's see. Good evening. I will not accept any excuse from any candidate that refuses to attend this Rivers debate. This is part of the campaign too, but much bigger than going to the local government for a visit. Anyone that fails has failed out. That's from Christian Humphrey. Yes. Okay. Good to dial. Please, no excuses will be entertained. But a certain candidate will get approval from his boss. If he doesn't, he will meet his Waterloo. Abuchi said that. Yes, indeed. Okay. Let's see. What else is there? Dial. There was an intelligence report of security threat at the venue. And that's from Amadi. Okay. Yes. Dial, candidate cannot come because it coincides with the commissioning of projects. And that's from Dami. All right, Dami. So there you have it. These are some of the likely excuses. But the people have spoken that they will not be accepting any excuses. So the candidates will do well, will do themselves a world of good to show up. The debate is not going to be followed by majority of Rivers people since it's only on radio and TV. We prefer live town hall meeting with Rivers people. Okay, maybe we should organize a different kind of town hall, either. Anyways, that's it for side comments. I'll go for a quick break. When I return, today's round comes up. Do please stay with us.
Hard Facts with Diode.
And you're welcome back. It is Hard Facts to Nigeria Info and Port Harcourt. I'm Diode. I'd like to rant for just a bit. I've got something in my mind of expressing some thoughts in it, and you're very welcome to express your take and mine all the way till 4 p.m. I came across a story earlier on today. It's an all too familiar tale, really. No matter how familiar it is, it's still. I can't help but feel extremely bad or sad when I come across such stories. Because it's another reminder of the stark negative realities. That is life in our universities or institutions of higher learning, or our tertiary institutions as they are referred to many times. And it's a very unfortunate situation. Well, without further ado, here's the story from Premium Times, and it's captioned, Nigerian University removes official over alleged extortion of students. The management of the University of Calabar has ordered the immediate removal of Sylvester Ohadoma as head of the Department of Pharmacology. Now, this was contained in a statement by the registrar of the institution, Gabriel Egbe, in Calabar on Monday. Egbe said Ohadoma was removed as the HOD for consistently flouting the University Senate's directives concerning extortion and collection of unapproved levies from students. He said the decision was in tandem with management's decision to rid the institution of all forms of unethical practices, especially extortion of students. Quote, management received a report that Ohadoma, as HOD, Pharmacology and coordinator of the course Principles of Pharmacology 322, illegally charged and collected a sum of 3,200 naira from students for what he termed practical fees. This is even as Ohadoma is said to have extorted the same amount from students in the previous semesters, in addition to selling textbooks for as much as 12,000 naira each to students in flagrant contravention of management's directive. Now, Egbe said the present administration of the university finds it repulsive that one who should take the lead in protecting the integrity of the institution was involved in such unwholesome practices. He added the university's management would not condone any unethical practice by staff. As part of disciplinary measures, the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Florence Obi, has approved that Ohadoma should be relieved of his appointment as HOD and coordinator of Principles of Pharmacology 322 with effect from January 23, 2023. Management has further instructed all official responsibilities hitherto handled by Ohadoma, including teaching and supervision, are to be reassigned to other qualified lecturers in the department. He is banned from having any direct academic interface with students for 1 year. Has been further ordered to refund all unauthorized monies which he collected from students and provide evidence of such refund to the Vice-Chancellor through the director of Servicom within the next month? Well, first off, it is somewhat commendable what the university management of the University of Kala. What I do find quite disturbing, in spite of this positive step that the management of Kaken, I still find somewhat disturbing is the person referred to as Mr. Maybe I should read this later. Consistently flouted, end of quote, university incentives, conservation and approval levels from students. So he was consistently flouted. So it wasn't he had to do it. What was the school's mentality? To consistently flouted. So one day would life to God and he'll change. And talking about the read charged, management the report that Ohadma as a from this from students in the previous department. It wasn't dealing with one student, two students. It was the whole department. And any black ball certainly not aware of possibly the third semester as well. It may be better late than never, but then again, a lot of damage has been done. Well, once again, maybe it is good that they finally did something about it. They finally got round to doing something about it. But like I said, you have lecturers in similar activities. I won't be shocked if other test institutions, Rivers University, now that professors will not be shocked. It's an unfamiliar tale. And it appears to even be the norm now. And that's very disturbing. You might also remember at the start of today's rant, or earlier on in the course of my rant, I use certain expressions, or different expressions by which tertiary institutions or universities are also referred to as. I talked about institutions of higher learning. I talked about, I mentioned rather, I used certain expressions. One of the expressions used in referring to tertiary institutions or universities especially as well is the expression ivory tower. Ivory tower. That's what they are. They are our ivory towers. And something struck me, even though I do believe I have an idea what the term ivory tower means, or at least contextually, but I decided to do a Google search nonetheless. So I Googled the words ivory tower, or the expression ivory tower. And here's what I came up with. Ivory tower, a state of privileged seclusion. I'll repeat that. A state of privileged seclusion or separation from the facts and practicalities of the whole thing. Ivory tower, a state of privileged seclusion. That's what our universities are supposed to be. Privileged seclusion. Number one, it is a privilege to be admitted to a university in the first instance. A state of privileged seclusion. You are separated from, it doesn't matter if the rest of the world is mad or is in total chaos. Ivory towers, like our universities, are supposed to be a state or a place of privileged seclusion or a separation from the facts and practicalities of the real world. Of course, there's chaos in our real world in Nigeria. There's no doubt about that. There's chaos everywhere. But ivory towers are supposed to be separated from that chaos. They're not supposed to be a part of the chaos because they're not breeding new people to add to the chaos. No. They're training people and giving them specialized skills and giving them an improved ability to process information and arrive at logical conclusions with a view to using this information to improve society. So they cannot be a part of the chaos. They cannot. But look around you. The Uniport, RSU, anywhere else across the country, Unilag, Uniben, and Suka, name it. Are our universities really, are they still ivory towers? Are they a place of privileged seclusion? Are they a place that are separated from the facts and practicalities of the real mad world? Are they? Or is the madness homegrown in our university? Sanity right from the universities. I mean, when you have lecturers or HODs, professors who are charging illegal fees, and then students, impressionable as they are, many of them very young these days, see all that. They sort their way through school. They go for tutorials and talk to the table at 9 p.m. at night. And you expect that they will come out and add anything sensible to society. No, they will not. They can't. Because they know nothing better. Right there in their so-called ivory tower, which it is not, by the way, is madness unadulterated. Insanity everywhere. And I ask the question once again, are our universities really, are they ivory towers? Or simply a production line where they mass produce more insanity to add as if we didn't have enough of it already? Where they simply mass produce more insanity or insane persons to add to the rest of the insanity that's already plaguing our society. So today's rant, as I conclude, is simply a reminder to everyone that our tertiary institutions, our universities, are supposed to be places, to be ivory towers, where you have a privileged seclusion. And anyone who plays any role in derailing that must be dealt with. And students, you have a role to play as well. You don't see that HOD, that lecturer who you know is carrying out an illegality, reported at the appropriate quarters. And school management, you have a responsibility to deal decisively with these recalcitrant individuals who are consistently flouting university rules and regulations. On that note, in my round, thanks for listening. Hope you went board. Let's get your take on my call. 0700 923 0923. That's 0700 923 0923. We're live on Facebook and Twitter at Nigeria Info PH. Check us out on YouTube as well. That's Nigeria Info PH. Hello, hard fact to welcome. Please go on. Hello, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is BC. I want to contribute on the issue of university as the ivory tower.
Go ahead.
Actually, I had your definition, giving it a positive meaning. It could also be looked from the different dimension. The society could be okay, and maybe the university the other way around, which is the reason for most of what we are seeing happening in the university. But then let's look at the case of that lecturer precisely, because some of us have this kind of experience. You are actually handling a practical course, and you have written severally to the management of the institution to empower you to teach the course practically, so that the students do not graduate with only content knowledge without the practical aspect of it. And you continue to hear there is no fund, there is no fund, there is no fund. So you are left to yourself to either decide to teach the course theoretically and the student go out half-baked, or you decide the other way around to call the student and say, look, this is the situation on ground. We can have a practical...
So just a moment. You're literally right now making a case for why a lecturer will force his students to make payment for fees not approved by the school management. That's exactly what you're doing right now.
Yes, that's the problem.
Wow.
You get it. The payment
no, I don't get it, and I'm sure that I cannot get it.
Come together to say, look, we need this practical. Can we?
So once again, like I said, you are making a case as to why a lecturer would force his students to pay fees not approved by school management. That's what you're doing.
No, he doesn't need to force them. But
he was begging them to do it.
Now. For example, somebody is teaching programming and he's
no need to give another example. The example you gave is clear enough. I don't need 10 examples to understand what you're saying. I got what you're saying already. All right, good to hear from you though. Thanks for your contribution as well. Hello, Hard Facts, welcome. Please go ahead. Hi, go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Oh, go on.
You see, this issue you just raised is a very important issue. That's why Nigeria is totally messed up today. everybody is acting on the field. If the school say don't collect money, why must you collect money? If there is need for practical, go to the authority, tell them, I don't have this thing. And students need this practical, you benefit them. They will make provision for it. You are still extracting those money from the students and are not making use of it the way you want to make it. Who do you account to? The OHO, the departmental collected money for practical. Who do you account to? Okay, if you ask this student to take 3,000, at the end of the day, how much do you come up with? How much do you spend in the practical? That's the issue. If something become a governor tomorrow, what will you do? It will mess up the entire state. So please, the judgment given to him is not. They would have send him to prison. That would be better. So that other people will learn lesson from it. Next time when you are in an opportunity like that, you will not misuse it. Thank you.
You're welcome, also. I thought, I mean, and with due respect to the earlier caller, I thought this story was enough to traumatize me. I wasn't prepared for what I was going to hear, really. We're literally making an excuse for a lecturer. Obviously, he must have forced the students to make that payment. Okay, when he was collecting 3,000 plus for practicals because they don't have a functional laboratory, what was his reason for forcing them to pay 12,000 naira for textbook as well? Because school management did not provide books for them. I've got a commercial break now. I'll return shortly. Please stay with us.
For more Hard Facts. Hard Facts with Diode.
Hello, welcome back to Hard Fact to Nigeria Info, Nigerian Port Harcourt. I'm Diode. Taking your responses to my rant from just a while ago on a situation with or a situation at the University of Calabar where a lecturer, Nigerian University removes official over alleged extortion of students. Head of the Department of Pharmacology, or is it pharmacy now? Pharmacology, University of Calabar, charging students 3,200 naira for practicals, illegally, of course. Also charging them 12,000 naira for textbook. And like I said, if the reason for charging them, as was put forward by a previous caller, charging them 3,200 for practicals is because they don't have practical materials in the laboratory, why was he charging them 12,000 naira for his books? Is it because the library does not have books as well? I'm just asking. 0700 923 0923 is the number. Hello, Hard Fact, welcome. Go on.
Good afternoon, Dayo.
All right, go ahead.
Hello, dear King. I'm calling from Dayo. We are not oblivious of this collecting fee, or they call it appreciation fee. Some do call it sorting. Some do call it upgrading. It is more dominant in our universities. Now, my concern is this: pharmacologist department, a department that have to do with human life. Lecturer is collecting money for practical, and lecturer is also collecting money to give grades for students of such department. Now, what will be? Well,
there wasn't a direct allegation of collecting of money for grades. No.
You went to the university system.
I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I'm only saying that there was no direct allegation of money for grades in this situation. That's all. I'm just pointing that out, by the way. That's all.
I don't like the reason why. I don't know even the reason why people will come and say that somebody is justifying that act of the lecturer. How can a student of any university or of any kind admit students knowing full that we have total number of students who they will undergo such practicals within this semester, and they will not provide the equipment, things needed for such practicals. I think that lecturer should be spared from the school so that we serve as a deterrent to other ones. We need to grow people who will graduate from each of their faculties, well sound, trained, and equipped. Not when you see a graduate that cannot even write proposal, a medical student that cannot even conduct surgery. People are dying on a daily basis. I think if this nonsense it shouldn't be.
Great to have me, but I really must move on right now. Thank you for your contribution. Let's see. Dio, good evening. The universities will really counted more of ivory towers. Lecturers have also gone into a berserk mode, with those who refuse to comply to their demands. That's why most people are still snowballing within the university community for non-compliance to those bids. Okay, all right. I'm a master's student currently having exams, but if I told you that a particular department in Uniport where students, including undergraduates, up to masters, don't bother to read because no matter how much you read, you fail if you don't sort most of the lecturers, including some HODs and profs. Let me remain anonymous so that I don't get victimized. Okay. No, I wasn't going to mention your name anyways. Okay, I'll come back to some messages later. I've got a commercial break now. Business news at 4 p.m. Discussions continue after that. Please stay with us.